border boiling point. The crisis involving the surge of thousands of undocumented immigrant children and their parents crossing the border exploded yesterday. Protesters actually blocked 3 buses trying to bring those immigrants to a processing facility in Murietta, California. NBC's Miguel Almaguer is in San Isidro, where those buses were rerouted, I understand. Miguel, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. This is where those undocumented immigrants ended up, 75 miles away from their original destinations. Bus loads of children and their parents turned away from a community who would not let them in.
They first arrived in San Diego by plane from overcrowded facilities in Texas. 140 undocumented immigrants, many just babies and toddlers with their mothers, boarding buses for Murietta, California. There, they were greeted by angry protesters. Furious, the families from Central America would be processed and released from a holding facility here.
They're not born here. No, we're all. And they can go back to Mexico. No,
Confrontations with immigration advocates turned heated. With roads blocked, police stood by as 3 busloads of young families were turned away because of fears for their safety.
Thousands of people are being allowed into our country illegally, and we're coming out here to voice our objection against that.
It's a sad sight. It's heartbreaking to see this happening coming from the land of opportunity.
The buses returned to San Diego.
Thank you, Obama. Thank you.
The families instead brought to this border facility to be screened for criminal history and health problems. Those who have made this trip say this is the easy part. For many, the life-or-death journey across the desert is worth the risk. Desperate to escape violence and poverty in El Salvador, Cecilia made the dangerous trip with her 2 children. We know the risk, she says, but in my country, my kids are in great danger because of crime and poverty.
Immigration advocates say that is an all too common story. ICE tells us that because those 140 immigrants who are now at this facility were under threat during their transportation, they are not releasing information as to their exact location or their movements. Craig?
Miguel, really quickly here, what do we know about immigration officials, their plans in terms of what to do with the tens of thousands of other undocumented parents and children who've recently fled to this country?
Well, we know that the group that is here at this facility is the first wave of what we are told will be several waves coming for several weeks. The next wave expected to arrive back in Murietta is going to be on Independence on the 4th of July. We know that those waves will continue to come. Those folks will continue to be processed and released into communities until they're able to make a court appearance, Craig. All right.